Hello. Mm, Sorry, I'm very wonky with this. I don't know where the Facebook live thing on the computer is. Um, Let me check. Is someone there? I'm doing it from the laptop for the first time, and this software is just confusing. Let's see. Yay! Someone there? Okay, I think it's working. I'm afraid I don't see any comments at the moment. So, I'm sorry about that. Jesus, the time I try to do a video that is super honest and vulnerable, and I get all this. So, I think it's working. If you can leave some comment right now so I can see and be sure that this is working, I just don't know. Uh, just one final check. Okay. Okay. Well, I think it's live. I'm sorry if I don't see any comments. I just have this platform software thing, so I'm doing it from the laptop. I don't get to see comments, but I get to see some. Marta is there. So I'm gonna make this streaming in English because it's something I really need to share out there, and well, everything that I do with my work is usually in English, so I will try it like this. And yeah, so I'm gonna give it a go now because it's taking too long. So the thing is that I wanted to come here and share something, a pain story, a story about pain. Doesn't I don't want that to sound very creepy. So it's gonna be maybe a little bit raw and a bit vulnerable. So just in case I seem nervous or something, just excuse me. It's the first time I'm doing this. I've shared this story before, just in written ways, and I've written essays about it, but never like this. And when you speak out, it turns out that it really makes a difference. And yeah, I might just get anyway. So the thing is that yesterday I shared something about an image about how this pain coach, right? And everything that I do, that I've been speaking about, it's more, I mean, it's everything is related with health because, as most of you know, I'm a doctor, but I'm also a pain specialist, and everything that I've been talking about and trying to teach people and to spread some kind of word out there in the world with the aim of changing lives. It has everything to do with pain, and that is something that I came up with, or not with, but something I realized this weekend. Everything that I do relates to pain because that's my expertise, that's what I do, but also because I have my own story. So the thing is that yesterday I shared a pain coach, and someone said, like a very good friend of mine, she said like, can I give some feedback, because I love it. I love everything about it, except the pain coach makes me a little bit doubtful of if I want to go to a pain coach, because it makes me feel like it's going to be painful. So I want to make it clear that it's not, of course, about inflicting pain. Whatever I do is actually to help you heal your pains, right? So pain to me is something that is very physical but also emotional. And since I did my master's degree on this topic, and since I've been working on that as well, I realized that it's mostly emotional, and then that something eventually turns into the physical, which brings me to my story, because I was actually, let's say, a former pain sufferer, if you can say it that way. So it's been a while since this happened, but I'm gonna share it here today because I think it's very important. Every time I try to come up and try and make this video, something happens. The video doesn't work, or I feel super nervous. I have this throat pain because I feel like I need to share this so much, and then I go all scared and I hide, and then I didn't share it. And anyway, so today I realized, okay, I need to put this out there anyway. So the thing is that my pain story goes around sexual issues. It's just as plain as raw as that. It's about sex, sexual issues, as in pain, sexual pain. The thing is that I've been used to have this pain in my body, surrounded, by all sexual situations. Sexual, I haven't been raped or anything in my life, thankfully. I know now that it's more common than we think, and that's really scary many times. My issues are not about that, but in a way, I mean, it really stopped me. The thing is that I was always having pain, even with the most simple, regular checkup, medical checkup. That the women, we have to go to these medical checkups, and that was very, very painful every single time. All I knew was that was painful, and then you go into relationships, and I went on my own relationships, and this was a very difficult time. And for years, I'm talking that I've been on this journey for 15 years, that pain became something normal to me. But normal didn't mean that I was actually enjoying it, or normal was just hell. It was hell. It was very difficult because I didn't know. I didn't speak about it. I never asked. It's the kind of thing that you know I'm sorry. You don't speak about that much, or at least I didn't with my friends in high school or in university. And that's such a big mistake, and now I know. So the thing is that I had these issues, and every time it came up, whenever I was with my former partners, everything was always a problem, and I always blamed myself for being the problem, because I always thought it was because of the pain. Like, I was a problem because I was having the pain. So that meant I couldn't have a normal relationship. I couldn't have a normal, not just it went beyond the physical. It was also the emotional, because that turned out, it really, really hits your confidence. I always thought it was my fault many times, and I always thought I wasn't worth. And then you think all these things that they're just confusing. Are confusing for you and confusing for your partner. Your partner might think that you are not attracted to them, and or the other way around. And it's just a spiral, a really, really tricky, awful spiral of things. Thank you for everyone who's watching. I'm sorry if I'm not replying at the comments right away, but I'm here trying to catch up. So the thing is that, as I was saying, this was the usual for me, and I thought that was the only thing, because it was so many years, 15 years, since I became sexually active, since I went to my first medical checkups when I was younger, and all of that. It was just the pain, always the pain, and I grew with that. I grew into that, and I thought it was just the way it used to be. And because I never asked and I never talked about it, well, that was my circumstance, and it was very, very like living in a cloud, but in a gray cloud of not telling things, of blaming it all on yourself, of keeping things to yourself. So thing is that after a while, I found someone in my journey who was a physiotherapist, a pelvic therapist, and it's the first time I thought, maybe I should ask about that topic or something. Maybe I felt curious, and I felt like I had more confidence regarding other issues in my life. So I felt like I could ask. And I asked, and since then, a whole 2-year period of healing and therapists and physiotherapists and psychotherapists and all the therapists you can imagine started from me, realizing that it was far too common that I thought. It was very common to have this sexual pain, that it was, so many people, women having it out there. But also I realize now that it's also men have pain as well. Men have their own sexual pains as well. It's just this topic that people don't talk, because we have all these social taboos and misconceptions, and you name it, you can keep going. And when I went to all these therapists, in the end, I the solution was surgery. It was surgery, because it turned out to be that I was very, very narrow, like anatomically narrow. My vagina was narrow. And it's weird to say here live on a Facebook, but that's the thing that I want to stop, from being a fearful thing, from being something that we need to just do this, like if we're saying something wrong. And I'm still getting nervous when I say it, but that's how it is, and I want to stop that. I want to speak it out, to avoid the pain in my throat for not speaking out, and also to share this, because I think it's so common. When I found this gynecologist, and he told me that my pain was real, because it was physical, because it was anatomical, because that's the way I was assembled. So when he told me that, I was in tears with hope. By that time it was like 10 years, or yeah, 10 years easily, or 12, of being used to have the pain. So I don't want to make this story super long, but I feel like I needed to share these details, because then I had the surgery, and the surgery proved successful after 3 months of doing another therapy after the surgery, because it has to be like that. So it was my body just having one characteristic that would make me think so many things, and doubt everything that I am, and doubt all my self confidence, and doubt everything in me. And when I was able to have that fixed, ironically, as a pain specialist myself, I wasn't able to heal my own pain until another person helped me, because I reached out. I was already desperate and afraid, and all these things. And I reached out. I asked for help. I started asking around, between a few friends, in some confidence, because it's not something that you just talk. At least not me back then. Now I do, as you can clearly tell. And I started reaching out, and it worked. I found a solution. And I went through surgery almost 4 years ago. And after the surgery, guys, my pain just disappeared. I became pain free, literally pain free. The surgery proved successful, and it worked. I mean, I still get all emotional, because it was so good. So the thing that why I'm sharing this, I'm sorry, I'm crying now, is because I want to really give you this message. You need to heal your pains. Like, the best things in my life, God, I'm sorry about the crying. It's just happy tears, because this is very, very, very deep for me, and very important. So this is what I wanted to bring it, even if I knew I was gonna cry. So the thing is, after I became pain free, everything changed for me. Everything changed. I changed the way I thought of things, of my own beliefs, everything that I was taught and raised and told. It was fine, but it wasn't the right thing for me. And then I realized I was able to think for myself, to analyze things for myself, and everything changed, including my relationships back then. And it was difficult, because I had to make decisions. I have to understand the new person that I was inside. It was difficult, but it was true. It was truthful to me. It was real. And from then onwards, it's been almost 4 years of just getting better. My life always better and better and better. And it's still going. It's still going. I never had pain again. I can have sex pain free, and I can enjoy, just go to the gynecologist without having to be nervous or sweating, because of the pain. And guys, I'm really serious about this. As you can tell, like, no joke. When I was able to feel, just pleasure instead of pain every single time, I started to get my full confidence back, my confidence for everything, the person that I wanted to be, the person that I believed I could be, the things that I really believed I wanted to share, I could do for the world. I'm a writer, I'm a doctor. I want to do all these things that I believe are super important. Many of us are doing it, and it's just the most rewarding thing. And I wouldn't be able to be doing this and sharing this today here with you if I hadn't made all these decisions back then. Being pain free is the thing that made me free for everything else. I was choosing not to tolerate any more pain, and I looked for people who could help me. I reached out. I overcome my fears every time. Back then, overcame. I don't know the past tense of that. I'm sorry. So, it was a physical pain, but it translated into emotional pain for 15 years that attacked my confidence and everything that I thought I was capable of doing. It really brought me down in levels that I didn't understand back then. I just understood all of that when I was pain free, when I healed my own pain, because I stopped, I stopped wanting to be fearful all the time about talking, about fear of judgment, about all these things that are always keeping us small and hiding. And that's how I heal my pain. And that's why I really want to bring you this message today. We all have some kind of pain. Mine was physical, and that really translated deeply emotionally. After doing my master's degree in this topic, and the experience that I have with my work and with my own self, I am more convinced about this than any other time in my life. And it's the only way, and I know it. We all have pains. Pain is the only reason why we go to a doctor every single time, right? It's the only reason. When we are in pain, with some discomfort, we go to the doctor. So I'm asking, what is this pain? Is it just physical? Is it emotional? Is it one feeding the other one? What kind of pain do you have inside? Is it, you know you need to become aware of your pain first, and then you need to heal it, whatever source and resources you need to be able to overcome that. In my case, it was physical, but it attacked everything else that I was. And it took me a surgery and many other things, as I shared before, to overcome that problem, so I could start knowing that the problem wasn't me. The problem was just this little thing that was huge, really, but that I could make it small again, and actually until it disappeared. And now I am talking here to you from a pain-free life, 4 years and still going, and just telling you, please, please, please become aware. What's your pain? Whether it's physical, like it was for me, whether it's emotional, whether it's a relationship with someone, anything that hurts inside, it will stop you. It will stop you from doing things. It will stop you from moving forward, whatever it is, as tiny as it is or as big as it is. It's that important, and that's the message I wanted to bring to you today. I see a few comments here. Hola, prima. Pedro, very beautiful eyes. Well, thank you. I'll catch up with the messages here, because I have to refresh the page. But anyway, this is what I wanted to bring, my story, and just to tell you, stop the fear, stop the anything that you feel that is holding you back. It's probably something that hurts inside. Whatever it is, think about it, take the time to think about it, and write it down, even if you need to. Just become aware of your pain, heal it, and I promise you that your life will change. Seriously, your life will change, because being pain-free in every single way, as I know it, and I think as we all know it, just as human beings like we are, it's what we will you know, our accomplishments will come from that. Everything that we truly are will come out of that. So that was my message today. It was a big one. I've been trying to do this for so long. So thank you for bearing with me here. Please feel free to share this video. It's public, it's on my profile. I will be talking more about this. I hope to be still overcoming my fear to Facebook videos or live videos or whatever it is, to talk more about this. I'm all about the pain, but you know, pain relief, not really pain provoking. I hope the message is clear, but I'll keep talking. I'll keep talking about it because it's super important. And even if I have to break taboos as raw and open as this, and whatever it takes, I'll keep talking. And I hope you do too. I hope this resonates with you. And if you're watching the replay, then I'll see you in the comments. And thank you so much for being here. Thanks, everyone. Bye.